Hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's stream. I am a bit early because I wanted to wait until my good friend Decoy Tango, aka Evo, is alive as well. He's here in the channel with me, and we are waiting for him.
Hello.
There he is! And now I'm gonna be silent so he can make his intro because this is a co-cast today.
No, I am actually going to run an advert real quick, but
Oh, an
you're
advert!
welcome to the stream. It is Cavern Angels Jade versus Black Sabak in season 13 of SCL. I'm here with my good friend Graf Lucas, and we are here to cast you this best of 2x2 match, which should be hotly contested, Graf.
I absolutely expect that, and we are already seeing the I think the CAJ pilots in the Interview 3 channel, and indeed I see Jonathan Joel. I just mentioned that I know he will be subbing tomorrow in the match against Crone, which is in, I think, 23 hours from now.
Indeed,
But perhaps he will be subbing tonight as well, so even more interesting. Because I think we just discussed this. Who's the favorite for today? And perhaps a couple of seasons ago, it would have been CAJ. We weren't quite sure if it couldn't be BSS tonight, but with Jonathan on the field, perhaps it's an even match.
Yes, I mean it'll be an interesting one for sure. So is the lobby up yet, Graf?
I have
sure.
absolutely no idea. Let me check. Oh yes,
Okay,
it is. It is.
like
It is.
The lobby is up, so we can do that thing and get
Let's
in ready.
do that.
Although I perhaps think they maybe have it on private.
How dare they?
Yeah. I'll say. I would just tell them that I think it's on private, so they can open
at least
it up.
we can't see it at the moment.
Mishka does have a game up, but he still flies with you lot, right? So
he indeed does. So I don't think that's
that
the
won't be
right
him.
one.
Yeah, although yes, and there's no password, so
let's cast that one.
we can't. Yes, we can't see anything right now, so.
I have done that in the past,
Well?
simply joining any random other custom that was up to kill time, especially when there were technical issues. Better than having to fill. Ah, there it is. I see it now.
Yes. And I did just realize that I was chatting away quite happily, and I hadn't realized that OBS picks up your audio from Discord, but not mine. So I had to open up my own mic, which I didn't realize. So anyway, we get to know all these things. So the match there is with Lucid. I think I was about to join as a player, or always a rookie error. No, I can't type.
So people are joining the lobby already, and let's get some info out here. It will be Galatan and Sisubo. So the first two games will be on Galatan, and then we'll switch over to Sisubo. And CAJ is actually low seed, and that because it is reversed for the second half of the schedule. Okay, whatever. At least CAJ will begin as Empire on Galatan. That's the info in the chat.
Indeed, they will, and it'll be interesting to see what lineup Black Sabak run, because Schneeflücken, as we know, usually flies support, but she's extremely adept in an OBJ farm loadout as well, and particularly good in a Y-wing. So I was casting one of their games earlier in the season and was surprised on Frostar Haven to see Schneeflücken flying out for the opening in a Y-wing. So I'll be very interested to see if they change their strats for the opening, or if Schnee comes out in the familiar support role. But one of the things I think that BSS have done, like they've improved incredibly, since I was with them, I guess about a year ago now. They put a lot of work in. They've improved
Yeah,
a great deal, but
they
they
have.
also are very unpredictable. They can run very different strategies, different loadouts. They've got very versatile
True.
pilots, so difficult to pick a strategy against them.
That is true, and that's why it will indeed be interesting to see what they run today. And they also have, at least on paper, quite a large roster with some
Yes, indeed.
well-known names who might show up unpredicted. You never know if Fluvius or even good old Flying Chili will show up at some point, and
Indeed, yeah.
even without them, they have quite the strong team.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So it will be interesting. I see Miles Away is in the lobby. I think that Miles is also playing for BSS. Correct me if I am wrong. But hey Tom, good to see you in chat. Yeah, Tom is a member of Cavern Angels Jade and would normally be flying, I think, as their support, but apparently their computer is not working properly. So sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope you're back. It's great to see you in the game, by the way. And hope you're back and functional pretty soon. So just waiting for the final player to come in from Black Sabak. And while we're doing that, we have Lucid, Natty Pilot, Blackheart, Jonathan Joel, and Senor Machete for Cavern Angels Jade. Now, Natty Pilot I know by a different name, but I can't ever remember who it is. Can you help me out, Graf?
No, I can't. But I thought the same thing. Let me check.
They are definitely an OG Squadrons player. I'm certain of that, but I can't recall. I can't recall who. The name under which I know them.
Yeah, same here, and I'm trying to find out. Have they typed anything in chat? Often the best idea is to check their name in other discords.
Yes, indeed, of course, yes. And here we go. Edmund Fonda then loads in. Edmund, it's great to see Edmund playing for BSS. A pretty decent PK player, and will definitely be harassing. Of course, both of these sides very capable of PK. Cavern Angels Jade, really probably renowned for their PK prowess, particularly when they had Ujason playing. But I think he finds it pretty difficult to make the European Games because of his work commitments. So no Uj today.
No. That is a pity.
Yep, he is one of those players. I think pretty much PKs really hard on both sides of the flip. So it's always an entertaining game, but a lot of PK pressure. But it'll be interesting. Of course, we are on Chicken Nugget skies of Galatan.
Oh yeah.
Difficult to farm, lots of bonks available, so this could be a very interesting match.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of deaths. May they be bonk related or PK related, and we see a slight delay. I'm trying to follow that up with one eye because of the Jonathan Joel situation. A player from the higher division subbing at last minute. Apparently, BSS weren't aware of that, so there is a slight discussion going on whether there should be a point penalty. We are playing. I mean, everybody who is watching probably knows that, but we are playing based on the current SCL rule set, and that is a point-based system for the loadouts. And for this sort of situation, I'm generally really not a fan in general of the system, but for situations like this, it at least makes penalties possible, and you can simply say, okay, that player is allowed, but then he can't use the usual points for creating his loadout, but has to get a certain. I know Lions had a -3 penalty when he was subbing, and then he flew Interceptor, which doesn't have any budget and was quite deadly in it.
Yes, I think it's difficult with players like Lions,
Yeah, it
because
probably
they can
is.
literally fly any ship. If you have somebody who is a specialist in one position, then
Mm.
I honestly think that getting them to fly off roll and then applying a further penalty is a bit over the top. My own personal opinion, but it's whatever the teams suggest. But unfortunately, here, as you say, Graf, we have a late substitution because I'm not sure who it was that was. Not sure who it was who was supposed to be turning up. I mean, honestly, one of us could go and fly for them if they'd asked, right? But no, we're not. We've not been asked.
Really, yeah.
So, so it's Jonathan Joel coming in. So we're ready to go. The teams now tell us they are ready to go. So
Well,
hopefully we will go.
let's go then.
Lucid, of course, is one of those people who has, like your good self, really carried the torch in terms of casting squadrons. So,
yeah.
So therefore has always has an affinity for me. But of course, Black Sabak are a former teammates, former squadron of mine. So I kind of have to shout for them. Well, I don't have to. I want to. They're all fantastic people, and
Absolutely.
I miss you guys. I know they're going to watch this back, so I miss you guys. Please don't skip the ads. I'm kidding. No, this should be good. I'm looking forward to this. So we have Senor Machete, Jonathan Joel, Blackheart, Natty Pilot, and Lucid V for the Empire, and nice power flex there from Senor Machete. And over on the flagship of the New Republic, the MC-75, we have Edmund Fonda, Miles Away, Schneeflocken, Cronus Saren, and Silence. But we don't know which ships they will be flying, because Cronus can fly support, Miles Away can fly support, Schneeflocken mains support these days. Who knows? We could see all three of them in support ships. We just don't know with BSS. And
they might go with a 3 support strategy.
They could well do just that, couldn't they? So a little bit of playing the pipe of peace with Cantina Band, but peace is not on their minds. They are going to come out here fighting, looking to take down the two cruisers, light cruisers that stand in their way of the Star Destroyer, and they will look to be burning through those and go on and kill the flagship. But of course, Cavalier Jade will be looking to do the same thing. They will be looking to take out 2 Nebulons before they can progress to the MC-75. So we're just waiting for the game to load in.
Let's do
How's
that.
this one going to go, Graf?
Yes,
game one.
I'm in a similar boat as you are. I want to favor BSS, but of course there are also very great players on CAJ and very nice persons. But I also play with the BSS a lot, quite a bit, and I play with them in 3PO with some of them, and so they are great. They have improved. They have Silence, who is really deadly in the Plasburst X-Wing, and I can't. Oh boy.
Oh. We have Silence in the X-Wing. Cronus with multi-locks and Goliath missiles, so he must be in a very squishy Y-Wing, I'm guessing. Schneeflocken does indeed come out in a Y-Wing. Interesting. She also has MLMs. And Schneer's dunked as I'm doing the intros here. Will she get out of this?
That was quick.
She's looking at her rock. Can she get away? She's got away, and she's managed to keep her hull intact as well. Miles away then in the support U-Wing with marks and resupplies. Yeah, and
BSS have won the flip before Blackheart could even get a pack. Natty Pilot is down in the Defender, apparently. And now...
So we've got Edmund Fonda with conks and iron missiles, so he must be in some kind of shaky X-Wing. I don't know what he is running there, but it must make compromises somewhere. Standard lasers, so
Standard laser is fine, jet engine, resonant shield, dampener hull, so that's a decent loadout. But sensor jammer as the countermeasure, so they have added the countermeasures to the point system recently.
Senor Machete with multi-locks and Golos, but the guided rotary. Jonathan is in a TIE fighter with ion, double ion
Double
loadout.
ion,
So
yeah,
ion
I
torps
saw
and
that.
ion
Schnee is down.
missiles. Schnee goes down, indeed. I'm still going through the teams. The flip was so fast. Blackheart in the bomber with proton torpedoes and Golos. Natty Pilot in the defender with conks and iron missiles. So that must be again a very, very squishy defender, and Lucid has already gone down. So the farm coming in reasonably fast here. Let me switch across to...
Silence is now doing cruiser orbits. He was a bit distracted and doing some light PK work there. He's
very good at that, actually. He's very good at switching off of the OBJ and hitting a player. But
flip imminent.
Much more distant. Yep, and there comes the flip. So
they got both shields down and one cruiser down to about 40, so that was a decent first round. And now Silence is on the heels of Jonathan Joel, who will of course try to get the Iron Torp off. Not quite sure he did. Shields are halfway down, but with an Iron Torp hitting it should be more.
The Iron Torp goes out now, actually, so shields go down on Delta.
Okay,
Jonathan is low, but sees a resupply that gets gobbled up. I think they both got shot down. There were two on the field there, but he does get the resup, so Jonathan is safe. Senor Machete is normally the damage dealer on this team, but he is running a guided rotary laser on his bomber.
And
you will sympathize with that.
I will absolutely. I think the TIE bomber has been hit the hardest by the new rule set, and which, as an OBJ player, is why I really don't like these new rules too much. You have to make compromises in all the ships, but with a TIE bomber there are not that many great compromises to make. You either wave a lot of damage.
Both go down, so
that's good.
They both shields down on both of the frigates here, so that's good.
Certainly helpful for the second attack. Let's see how much damage. It's a lot of damage. Delta is below 50, so they already did more damage, I think, than BSS could. So this is a really,
Cruiser
really
is
good.
Still up though, so we will see. For some reason, okay.
Are they burning radar? That is the question. Probably not bothering.
I am just looking to see if anybody is doing that. It looks like they are. Both.
No. Yeah, I think
so shields are still up on the radar. In fact, and the flip will come through through farm. No point burning the radar now.
One AI, but then you have to kill it. There we go.
Okay, so.
But good attack from CAJ. Probably not good enough to make up for losing the flip yet, but they are on a good route to do that.
And Miles has had to go back to change his ship, so he's gone back to the flagship. So no marks for the beginning of this phase.
For whatever reason.
Cruiser, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I don't know why Miles went back if he's gonna get a completely new loadout, because resupplies he could have gotten at the frigate.
Indeed. Well, Silence very low. He's on 5. Gets the resupply. Natty Pilot. Oh, and of course this is the problem.
Lucid and Natty both down.
Yeah, the Plasburst. One shot on the defender and it's over. So it's very fearsome with a good Plasburst X-Wing pilot, and of course Silence is very definitely that. So he now comes into his orbits. We've seen enough of those. They are absolutely lovely, but they do make me a bit sick, and mostly because I can't do them myself. Cronus in the Y-Wing coming around, and they're making pretty light work of Charlie. Good farm coming in though. It's a slow farm map, of course.
Jonathan down in the TIE fighter. I wonder what happened there, or who happened to him.
Yeah, I didn't catch the pick there. Schneeflucken in the Y-Wing, and I'm pleased actually. Schnee enjoys playing OBJ, and obviously having other pilots who can very capably run the support role means that she can do that, which is great.
It absolutely is. BSS have the... Ooh, Schnee!
Don't from Schnee! We both saw that. But she survived it. Although, is she trying to kill herself? I don't know. No.
Good question.
I wondered if they were going to flip the... Let me check to see...
the Blackheart is on her. Blackheart
core
is
bet-
always
So-
likes to kill people. I just wanted to say that BSS has is up in the PK front. It was I think 8 kills for BSS already, and only with the kill on Schneeflöckchen, only 2 kills for Jade. But there is the
Yeah.
flip. Let's see
Yes,
if
so,
Silence is gonna
that's
do
just
the
as just as BSS would want it as well, because they have the double out of phase.
No, they haven't. They
But-
must have killed. No. Oh, the others had one out of phase. Okay, that's
Yes,
what
yes,
happened.
yes.
Okay.
I'm sure
Senor
BSS
Machete is down.
Yep. So Miles comes in and he has no resupplies now, and he's a little bit low, just waiting for Marks to come off cooldown. There they go. So he will get Marks in to the remaining frigate. But look at this speed with
Silence
which the
crashed during his blast burst
Silence
orbit.
goes in, so morale pretty much at half.
Yeah, but
And-
Silence crashed during the oop because of a nugget. Unfortunate. But the dupe has come in
Unfortunate.
anyway.
We can do that, can't we? We can. Why can't
Yeah, I could do the
run my-
unfortunate. True.
There we go. Yes.
Unfortunate.
Actually, I have a slightly better rendering of that I need to upload to
Ooh.
my stream. So, but Jonathan, I'm just staying with Jonathan here because I'm unashamedly trying to pick up tips. I can no longer fly a TIE fighter.
Oh, why is that?
I
Lag
think,
or...
I think, yeah, any
Oh,
kind
Jonathan
of
is
lag
going
I
in the
find
wrong
with-
direction.
Well,
They
Jonathan
have an
goes
MC
back for
attack
a-
and he's going for...
Well, the sensible thing here, I think, is to prep for defense, isn't it? It's a couple of
Yep.
AI away.
That's
Indeed,
probably
there
what they're
comes the
doing.
no
Yep,
point
yep.
dying.
Yep.
Indeed, Senor Machete was also going back for a new ship. So let's take
Yep.
a look across at what Silence is doing. I have no idea why I have just jumped to the third-person view. So we will. What is going on here?
Ooh, Silence gets dunked on the way to the ISD and goes
Yeah, he's
down.
dead. I just caught him going down there, so
Bummer.
yeah, very interesting. So that will change things. Schneeflocken comes in. She's looking at the visual right shield gen, and she looks like she's got a clean run on this. So she's under the shields now. Ordnance comes in. Shield gen
Nice
down
one.
to 56%.
Ooh,
So that was
shields.
a good run for Schnee.
Miles is heavily pressured, has no shields on the back. Ah, now shields are back on the back. That's good.
Oh, Schnee goes down.
Ah, yeah, Miles away is on retreat. Seems to be making it though. One shield
have a
gen
look.
gets destroyed. That is very important, of course. We have really seen teams in this division struggling with the flagship attacks. That's probably where
Absolutely.
the new rules have their greatest impact.
Yeah, I know I have. So, so interestingly, the PK pressure from Jade, as I mentioned earlier, they're sort of renowned for their PK pressure, but Natty Pilot with burst lasers on the defender, and I can totally understand that because the bursts are a lower point value than the standard lasers for the defender, but it makes PK
Are they
more
really?
difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
yeah, there are
Yeah.
some details I don't quite understand. I don't quite understand why the Seeker warheads are cheaper than chaff for the countermeasures, and I completely disagree with that because everybody was running Seekers anyway to make the farm more difficult, and why they shouldn't be more expensive than chaff is really beyond me. And it only
Well,
again
we'll come back to
makes
that, but shields are down on the MC75,
Shields are
so
down.
Jade's
Yeah,
are
you're
now
right, you're right,
burning.
you're right.
So this is a but good farm coming in from BSS now. What can Jade do here? Can they get the MC low enough for an out of phase attempt? Because
that is exactly the
both
question.
shield gens
Lucid
are
down.
down. Yeah, Lucid goes down. Senor Machete down as well. So 2 big damage dealers normally they're down. And power goes down though, so if they can pop the weak spots here quickly before too much more farm comes in, before the packs regenerate, this could
The
be
thing
interesting.
is-
Oh, but unfortunately, Natty Pilot I think takes a ram kill there.
Nice.
They're looking to and yep, another player goes down. That'll be the defense. So it's going to be a Herculean, going to need a Herculean defense from Jade.
Yeah, and
now.
here's the kicker. They went for a double disable, which worked well, but BSS made sure to destroy. So now, with shields coming back up on the MC, I think there is little chance for the out of phase, and that will make it a lot easier. Will make it a lot easier for BSS, I think.
Yeah, I mean, an undefended
And they are
dive throw
defending,
with
so
breach points available. I mean, they're going to have to be very quick on their defense here. But Miles is dunked and does well to get out of that,
Natty
though.
Pilot bonks ever so slightly, and the ISD is at 15, and
Yeah,
not
I think
long
this will
for
be
this world.
game. Morale still over half. This will be game for.
Yeah.
Oh, Miles goes
There
down.
they go.
But Silence
No
flash
matter.
bursting away on the underneath, and that is game 1 for Black Sabak Squadron. Congratulations
Well
to them.
done. Yeah, they won the flip, and that's what made sure they win the game as well. But you can see on the PK table here, nice kills, 11 I think it is, versus 6 at least in the end. Good damage from Kronos, especially only slightly less than 60k from Silence, so he must have been distracted with killing people instead of doing even more damage. Well done. Great farming from Senor Machete.
Indeed, yes. 53 for Senor Machete on Galatan is absolutely fantastic. So players are running out. I haven't done any jambling. If anybody wants to bet on the games, let me know and I can put a prediction up. But otherwise, I want to let you know that this time tomorrow, or pretty much this time tomorrow, well, in fact, just tomorrow, there will be a couple of games I will be casting. One 3PO match at 7:30, I think it is, GMT, and one at 9 p.m. A 3PO, sorry, an SCL match. So let me run up that.
While you do that, we wait for the new lobby to be created.
Yes. So I think I will run an advert to miss that. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
I can probably do that somehow as well. Let me find out. Okay, I'm gonna hit the advert button as well. Where is it?
So I think that this will be very interesting because well, we can talk about this in a minute, but I think that the strategy that Jade are running looks a lot more viable on Subo than on Galatan. It's very PK light.
Yeah. True. Let's see if they adapt, if this is also due to Jonathan subbing or if it is a faction thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this was another NR victory, but to be honest, I think CAJ played absolutely solid and rather well, and if they had won the flip, they would most likely have won the game as well. I think they slightly made up for losing the flip. During each of their attacks, they were a bit more efficient than BSS were, but not. The margin was not big enough to make up for losing that flip. But now, if they manage to win the flip, everything will be different, and perhaps they are also stronger on New Republic. So let's see. Lobby is up apparently.
So I had you muted for some of that, but basically you were saying that that game basically came down to the flip, pretty much, which I think it did. I would agree with you there. But the flip was super quick for BSS. As you said, I'm not sure that that Jade even got a single pack in that opening.
I think, yeah, I think that I was with Blackheart and it looked pretty much instant, so I don't quite know how they managed it, if there were 2 packs hit at once or a pack and a kill, and something was definitely going on, and it is surprising that an NR team is faster, so perhaps they might even have been dumbfires involved? Because otherwise I can't explain how you would be faster with at the pack on NR compared to Empire. They're usually faster.
Well, back when I used to play with Black Sabak, we actually had a very good record of winning openings. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite deliver on the wins very often, but it was primarily because we used to practice our dumbfires, or some of us did, and they were very much out of fashion at that point, so it took teams by surprise. So they will definitely have some dumbfires in their locker for this. And Silence and Cronus practice very hard. And we see Fluvius coming into the lineup for
that's always
Black
great.
Sabak Squadron, so that's great. And I'm delighted to see Prof Autumn in the chat. One of the deadliest PKs in the game, and pretty much I think the only person who would run an A-Wing in SCL before this point system came in. So massive hat tip to her. So great to see you in chat. Thanks for joining us. Hope your Saturday afternoon is going well. Evening for us here in the UK and Europe. And we are having fun. We're ready to go. And it was Black Sabak that took game 1 on Galatan. But Jade, renowned for their PK, struggling with PK pressure, definitely. It was definitely BSS that won the PK battle in game 1. So difficult for them to do anything about that with the loadouts they were running on Empire. But we will see if the tables turn as the factions flip.
And as I was saying about the point system, you have to compromise basically in all positions, but my feeling is that on Flex you have a bit more options to compromise, because it's more like a weighing of your different tasks, and especially if you want to lean towards 2 PK, like some of us do, then you have plenty of options. The really big problem is dealing damage and how to make best use, how to compromise on the farmers, because you can either have farm auxes or a primary weapon, and you are less survivable regardless of option, basically. So that makes it a bit it is harder to compromise, because you want the farm capability and you need the farm capability, but then you might be slower on OBJ otherwise, and that's what makes it, on the one hand, more interesting. I totally get that, but yeah, I think it's different levels of how you're impacted based on the role you're playing.
And if you are wondering if Graf Lucas is a member of the TIE Bomber Club, of course he is. Of course he is. So we have for Jades, the same lineup: Senor Machete, Natty Pilot, Blackheart, Lucid V, Jonathan Joel. We're expecting the same lineup for them because Jonathan is subbing for them, so we know they're down to their 5 pilots. But BSS have a multitude of pilots at their disposal, and it's Schneeflock and Cronus Sarin, Silence miles away, but Fluvius coming in for this game. Actually, who is Fluvius subbing for? I'm not sure. I missed that.
Oh yeah, let's find.
Who was playing the last match? Who was
so
not playing?
we had Schnee, we had Miles Away, Edmund, Kronos.
Oh, Edmund
and
Fonda.
Silence.
Of course, it's Edmund that's dropped out. So yes. Yeah. So that may be because Edmund is in a very inconvenient time zone, so that may be the last we've seen of him. But or it may be that he just plays the New Republic matches for BSS. We will see how that unwinds. As I say, the great thing about BSS, they have not only have they improved dramatically, they've got a big roster and they've got pilots capable of flying lots of different roles. So here we go. The MC-75 exits hyperspace. And we have Blackheart, Senor Machete, Jonathan Joel, Lucid, and Natty Pilot on New Republic for Cavern Angels Jade. And over on the side of the Black Sabak Squadron, Schnee is in her familiar Reaper. Cronus is in a bomber with Seeker mines and Goliath missiles. Silence in the Defender with ion missiles and Seeker mines as well. Miles in a Seeker Mine Iron Missile Defender 2. And Fluvius with multi-locks and Golos, which means a...
nice.
Yeah, which means a guided laser, guided rotary fin. But the tables have indeed turned, so Jade won the opening here.
Silence got a
PK
nice
pressure.
kill on Senor Machete, but Kronos also went down there, and now we have Silence looking at Jonathan, who is probably trying to deliver the Iron Torp. No, he has iron, the iron thingies.
Blackheart on Fluvius, who was at 13 but gets the resupply, and Blackheart deep in enemy territory and really needs to be shooting the big ships, so don't focus on too much of the PK there, my friend. You are on attack, and shields go down on Delta. Pick comes in on Blackheart, in fact.
We have Senor Machete again with iron bombs. They played that recently, so that's really interesting. Let's see.
Jonathan Joel in the X-Wing, and I think it's Plasburst X, is it?
Nice, nice, nice. I have to check.
Yeah, he's doing some nice orbits there. So Delta is at half, Raider is on, or Corvette is on Delta as well. Morale is at half.
Ooh,
so
Natty Pilot dunked.
Yep.
Gets away at 2 health, and goes down after getting the resupply. Well done, I guess that was Silence's blast burst.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Silence crashing into the Raider. Raider will flip, Raider is at 30.
And Jonathan bonks, but avoids another one. Interesting loadout from Jonathan. He's running Repair Droid and Iron Rockets.
Yeah.
And Scrambler to get that X-Wing under the points.
And Silence is actually running mines. I thought I heard a mine, but he is really running Seeker mines. And
yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that in Defenders because... Oh, but Silence gets dunked.
Silence gets dunked.
And Silence... I was about to say Silence goes down, but it's because I switched to Jonathan, and Jonathan was in fact that went down.
Ah.
So...
unfortunate, you might say.
Oh, that was... unfortunate. So yes. We have 3 players down for Jade.
Yeah, what's going on there? I mean, no morale movement whatsoever. Silence is doing really fast orbits around the engine section of that Nebulon, really giving you the vertigo. I'm glad I'm not in VR.
Yeah. Absolutely, but and it Dunk comes in there, and Cronus
annihilates Blackheart.
Yeah. Oh, and don't bonk into all. Cronus takes a big bonk against the cruiser, against the Raider there. So if they see him, Cronus is at 27 and vulnerable. I think he's probably running a reinforced hull in that bomber. Oh no, he's not. He's actually got real. Rotary lasers there, so he's at 10.
Rotary, okay. Fluvius has the sticks and stone guided rotary, which really might as well throw a wet sponge.
Yeah. Well, I think in fairness, it's Cronus that's got sticks and stones, and it's
Schnee in
Fluvius
trouble.
That just has names. Is just throwing names, throwing nasty names at the. Yeah, the Nebulons there, so...
Schnee at 2%, who's on her? Is it the AI?
Yeah, no, it's Natty Pilot's on her, but he wisely peels away.
No, Schnee goes down, but so does Blackheart. But there's the flip.
And Lucid
I lost it. I have no idea where we stand, damage-wise.
So
Silence.
An excellent chance though for Jade to get a double out of phase here. So they.
Oh, look at the morale! Look at the morale.
Yes,
it's already back at half. Silence got the oop and.
Yep, that's it. That's the oop and the pick, of course. And now the
Natty Pilot
dunked. Gets out of it with no hole.
Threes! Cheeky!
This is the thing. The Plasburst laser surely has to be more expensive. Just because you need real skill and a lot of practice to be able to do it is no excuse. Level the playing field, SCL mods. Make the. I'm kidding. I'm only saying it because I can't fly it myself. It's not easy to
Yes.
do, but the leashing on the shots is actually. Oh, and Natty Pilot goes down there. The leashing on the shots is actually pretty insane, but it's still not an easy weapon
No.
to do. But so they didn't just secure the double out of phase.
No, they get a single oop, and I mentioned making up for losing the flip before. BSS is on a good way to doing just that.
Especially as Jonathan takes a nasty bonk trying to complete the oop. So he will do it, sure. Yep, there it goes. But
is he running Plasburst as well, by the way?
He is running Plasburst, yeah,
okay.
and doing a very good job of it. So,
of course,
his Plasburst orbits look, pretty decent. Not as tight as pro like Silence or Disco Dino or one of those guys, but nonetheless pretty good. And the iron rockets. This is where I think I missed the trick. I tried running iron rockets in my X-Wing, and I tried to do it versus players. It doesn't work. But for burning shields on the... Well, it doesn't work for me. But for burning the shields on the Raider, they are actually quite handy, and they cost you nothing. So
they cost nothing, but I saw Silence using them on Raider shields, and it seemed to only get them to halfway down, which disappointed me a bit. So, but if you're running that and something else, probably. Oh, Silence in trouble.
Yeah, Silence is low, but I'm not sure who's on him. Natty Pilot, I guess.
Jonathan, probably.
Yeah.
No, Jonathan is on Miles.
Oh, and Silence goes down.
Raider.
So that helps.
That is definitely unfortunate.
But what that probably means, yes, I'm going to join you with the unfortunate there. What that probably means is that, they won't burn through. But...
Oh, down goes Lucid.
Well,
in
I
a
don't
blast.
know. Should they burn through here? Raider is still up. It's going to go anyway, I think.
Yeah, they have half morale attack, so that is not bad.
Yeah, although Raider will immediately go down, which will mean
the question
they
is,
don't
what
have
do
a
they
lot.
need? Yeah, what do they do now?
It's just one pack, but a pack, as we know, can be hard to find. So one gen will be good here. Miles Away has gone down.
Doesn't seem
Cronus
like...
in.
Are they even going in? Yes,
they are. Yep. Cronus on 22, but did some damage on the shield gen, the visual right shield gen there. And the left shield is disabled as well. So I'm not sure if they will get a gen here. Cronus is spiraling away.
Good thing too.
But
Gets the resupply.
They really need to defend the gens rather than follow the players here. Because they could do with having both of their gens intact just for the shield regeneration, even if it's low.
I agree. Okay, there's the flip.
There comes the call to defend, and
they disabled the same gen they were doing damage on.
They did. That's a tactical error by BSS, so they have a gen with about a quarter health and one with more or less full health. So this will be a handy attack for Jade because they can... they're losing a little bit of morale, but they will pretty handily
by the time...
take...
This is the situation where I would say don't farm, because farm will be mitigated by the cruiser going down. So this is the moment where the full team could do PK, because killing a player in this situation is worth more than getting 15 morale from farming.
Or even getting them low, because getting them low takes them either into a situation where they have to go back and regenerate the hull, or, of course, they go into the attack with a low hull. So here we go. What can Jade do? I'm flying with Natty Pilot, who's coming in on the visual left gen. The ion goes out, power is destroyed. The left
they go for
shield
power
is
early,
disabled.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so was that an ion missile under the shields, I guess, or did somebody just mosquito it? And Natty Pilot also got an ion into the visual right, but the marks had worn off, so shields still up for the ISD. Normally the play would be to destroy one, dunk the other if you don't have two players with ion missiles to hit the gen.
Machete dunked.
And good morale coming in for BSS here. So the ISD is
down.
now... Yeah, now do they burn the shields or do they... I mean, I would burn the shields and get out here.
I probably would as well, but someone died.
3 players down. They're taking weak spots instead here.
Yeah, I would definitely kill. With these mods, and I know that I have to come back, I would want shields down when I come back. I can easily kill 10% hull if shields are down next time round. Ooh, Lucid in
Yeah, I would
trouble.
agree.
Lucid
Yeah,
goes
Lucid
down, and there's the flip. So
Fluvius
not a lot of
hanging.
damage done.
Fluvius now back out. Schnee coming in. And she is looking for marks on this MC75.
One gen destroyed. If they can ice the other one quickly, they are in a good spot.
Yeah, morale bar hasn't moved yet.
Kronos brute forcing shields with the good rotary.
Yeah, but
That
shields
is
are
also
still up,
nice.
although Schnee's iron lasers, although Schnee now low, she's being targeted, she's at 5.
Shields down, shields down.
But she did manage to pop the shields with her iron lasers, so now Kronos... Oh, Kronos stuns! Can they finish him? Kronos, 22,
Kronos
17.
is definitely in trouble here.
He got briefly tracted there, but he's still alive, but not able to bring lasers to bear. But the shields are down, passive damage is coming in, and morale is still at half. This is looking good for BSS.
Yeah, but they need to be quick now. Okay, Jonathan, let's Kronos live.
Miles is out. Silence doing damage, and it looks like they're looking for disabling targeting, so that's a wise move.
Definitely is. I would even go set out to destroy it.
Well, that helps as well, but oh, what happened there? The flip comes in, and the MC75 is at 36. I'm going to say that's not out of phase.
That's not out of phase.
Staying in.
No, Silence
on
is
how
moving
well
out
they've
now, I think.
So, shields, as you say, back up on the ISD is...
yeah, and neither shield gen is damaged a lot, so they need to redunk them. Let's see how quickly they can achieve that, and this is defendable, probably. There may be luck involved.
Well,
Jonathan in tight orbit around the gen.
He is, but they could have done with an iron torpedo to brute force these shields down at this point.
Probably could, yes.
Targeting enabled now, which is good news for BSS. The right shield gen goes down, and morale is still looking pretty good.
No, I think that was the target. Yeah, might have been the targeting of the other.
Now comes the farm for BSS, but actually
too slow. Probably. Shields down on the
BSS
ISD.
are defending. The ISD is, as you say, shields are down.
A lot of action going on.
Jonathan,
ISD below 50.
Very difficult
morale
to kill anyway,
50.
and he's running repair himself, so... And this is looking now on an absolute knife edge. I think it's going to need an out-of-phase attempt. They
might even be able to kill it in phase unless they get the flip quickly. Where's the radar? There's the flip. There's the flip. Okay.
Yep, there's the flip. So the
let's see.
Targeting system is up.
It's at 10. ISD is at 10.
Yep. So they're committing to the outer phases.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Going in.
Shields back up on the ISD.
It's at 8.
Yeah.
But turrets are up here. Blackheart coming in gets absolutely annihilated. We have 4 players down. Now, the ISD is
Pilot's still alive.
Netty Pilot is alive and in the back. It's a 4, but Shields come back up. This is going to be a base race, and he's going down.
Oh, no.
Team flip for Jade, and the MC75 has shields, but not much hull. And Lucid comes out. He's come out in a U-wing, I presume, to run turrets, but... Ooh, can they do this quickly enough? These shields are down on the MC75. I think this is going to go to BSS.
ISD at 4, but shields are up. Piercing torps are the weapon you want now. This is the moment for piercing torps. Everyone out in X-Wings with piercing torps.
Yes, but Jonathan has gone down, and the MC75 hanging on. It's a 2, it's a 1, it goes down. The game goes to BSS.
Is it down? Does it? Does it? Yes, it does. ISD still at 4.
Oh, such a close. What a great game. Congratulations.
That could have gone either way.
Yes, I could have gone either way. Superb game. Run us through the scoreboard if you would, please.
Yes, so we have BSS on top, Silence with 9 kills and 90k capship damage. Thank you very much. That's a great achievement here, and I think 15 kills altogether for BSS versus only, well, what not only versus 8 for CAJ. We have great farming again from both teams. Kronos with 40, but Senora Machete with 46 AI kills on Galatan in this match as being the prime farmer. But BSS out-farmed and out-killed, can you say that, CAJ this time, and they made up for losing the flip very, very narrowly. It was down to a couple of seconds, I would say.
It absolutely was, and an absolutely fantastic game there. As you say, Prof Autumn 9-1 and 91,000 cap ship damage. That is the quality that Silence is these days.
Yeah,
He's an absolutely stonking player. There's no doubt about that. But I have to say, I'm sorry to say this, but I think a tactical error on Jade. They could have. They had a team wipe, and they could have seen what was happening, pulled back, got an out of phase loadout. They didn't really put much more damage in, and I think they could have taken that graph with their flagship had shields.
That's why I say, it had everyone with X-wings and piercing torp would have done the trick. You could have gotten a piercing torp of probably would have been at least the best chance they had. It seems everybody stuck to their original loadouts and just went out and went for the ISD again, and it's that stressful situation. We all know that. We've all been there, and it's always easy saying that in retrospect that, you should have done it like that or whatever.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm going to run a quick ad. We will be back in 90 seconds. Join us for Game 3 of this 4-match series.
I'm not going to run an ad this time. I'm going to try to get a decoy tango picture up here in my overlay. Let's see if I can do that. Here we go.
You know what? I'm going to do some jambling, I think. Why not? It's been too long.
Yeah, and with another map coming up, everything may be different, because the PK approach we've been seeing from BSF, if they stick to that, there is every chance that they just might not work as well as soon as we have the easy farm, the high farm map.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, this game is not over by any stretch.
Absolutely
Jade will
not. Yeah.
definitely believe that they've got a chance to level this up, and I think they do have that chance. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So I understand the lobby is up.
Ooh.
Interesting that they decided to recycle the lobby, because obviously they could have stayed in.
Yeah, but sometimes strange things happen.
Yeah, we've had that on multiple occasions where it has made sense to restart the lobby because it has been pretty junky.
Yeah,
so
I sometimes even
possible.
Restart my game between matches or between games, and because I don't want to risk any sudden crashes. Recently I've had some crashes of the Steam VR app, and if VR crashes, it takes the game with you. That's in a way even worse, and that's really quite recent, which annoys me a lot, because the one thing that never crashed before was actually the VR. So yeah, everything.
Yeah, it's funny that for a game that is
completely
that's unfortunate. There's no doubt about that. But it's funny for a game that hasn't been changed for a very long time.
Yeah, true.
There are like different ways the game conspires to crash. So I presume that it's EA servers doing something weird. I've had
that and drivers
well.
probably. I guess some graphics driver update can cause new bugs along the way, and especially on older games there won't be the feedback that this is happening, and then nobody is even looking into that. If it happens on a AAA game everybody is playing at the moment on Steam, then they'll probably fix it quicker.
That's an excellent point, Graf. You're right, as ever.
We are
I
the
am
problem is
delighted
that.
to be casting with you, Graf, because
Oh no.
you are the best in the business, my friend. You really
Ah,
are.
no,
I've
no, no.
always, seriously, I think you've done more than anyone to keep this game going with your casts of
I
3PO
don't know
and
about that,
SCL.
but yeah, I've definitely casted a lot. So yeah, it's
You have.
always sad when it goes down even further. And yeah, let's see how this
Well, you've done
goes.
it.
Games like this make it the fun it is, and that's why we're all here for.
Well, and I have to say that certainly I haven't cast too many of the Division A matches in SCL, but I've played in and cast a few of the Division B matches, which this is, and they've pretty much all been super close.
Yeah.
We got rolled a bit by Kinton, but apart from that,
Yeah,
we
Kinton
had
is
some
another
win.
league this season. I think they are certainly going up, and they have picked up some of the Elsevier players as well. Wasabi is now. There was a reason. I thought he had made it a point to never play competitively, but now he is either for the first time ever or for the first time like old Cal Cup and SCL Season 1 days, and that he is, of course, an asset to any team that can
Oh, yeah,
acquire
an
him.
amazing player, and actually a really, really nice guy as well. So
Even better.
I for one, even though it will mean that we get rolled even more by Kinton if he's flying out for them, I don't mind a bit because terrific player and a terrific guy. So yes, so here we have the same lineup as we have said for Jade. They are requiring a sub in Jonathan Joel, so it's the same lineup of Blackheart, Sinew Moschetti, Natty Pilot, Lucid, and Jonathan as their sub. And over on and I just missed the coordinated Cantina band, but Edmund is
Ooh.
indeed back in for Black Sabak Squadron on Empire. So it's Cronus, Edmund, Fluvius, Silence, and Schneeflücken. So Schnee, I guess, will be in the Reaper. She is the, I hope people don't mind me saying, the most competent support player on BSS, and still the Reaper has a huge hitbox, so is a target for any team. So the evasion and the skill she brings to that
She's carrying the
probably,
barn door on her back.
yeah. Never been tempted to fly support, Graf?
I have once or twice. I am even considering it because I'm not so happy on OBJ at the moment, but I know that requires putting in a lot of work. You have to be extra evasive, which I'm obviously not. And what I admire about good support players is their general situational awareness and knowing where not only where everybody is but also where everything is, and that's why great support players can really carry a team and can really pave the way to victory. And I know
Well,
that
there you go. I've been bigging up
can do
Wasabi,
that.
and I didn't even know he was in my chat. So welcome, Wasabi.
See, Wasabi.
Honestly, did not know. Lucid in a support. Here we go. Jonathan in an X-wing with the same loadout he had before. Natty Pilot with double ions. Senor Machete with the guided rotary there. Blackheart. Oh, Blackheart gets dunked. Come on, get out of that. He's at 60, he's at 50. This is the problem. Cronus
gets away though. Morale
yeah,
at the middle. Oh no, Morale in favor
Blackheart
of.
got away as well. Yep, but another pack comes in for BSS, so we're dead center with
some nice back and forth.
And back and forth it goes again. What a great opening, Fluvius with guided rotary as well, and Golo and multilocks though. So those multilocks will be handy. The guided rotary maybe less so. Edmund, at least the guided rotary on the Y-wing means you can take a pop at defenders, but on the bomber, really not very handy at all in my view. But Edmund in a defender with Seeker Mines and Iron Missiles, and they're trying to burn Raider BSS here.
Yeah.
Cronus still farming. And Cronus
Raider
with full
at
fast.
60.
Yeah, this is a very well contested opening.
But
Cronus
Silence has abandoned Raider now.
Cronus has the proper lasers on his bomber, but that means that's at the expense of multi-lock missiles, so but that's enough.
Okay, Jade have burnt Raider now, and morale is slightly in their favor again. But Raider is gonna fall now for BSS, bringing them up in favor again. 8 seconds
to go, but Pax will have recycled for Jade. Can they get one before the flip? They cannot, and there we go.
Ooh, it's even a full morale attack because Blackheart goes down at the last seconds.
But Edmund goes down real quick
huge.
as well, though. So what a great opening. Really well contested, but BSS come out with a full morale bar. And let's take a look at Schnee and see if she's in getting marks. She's coming in. She's uncontested. Yep, there go the
oversight.
There go the marks finally. So she gets the marks in, and also
down.
She's got to be a priority on transition here because she gets the marks and does generally for BSS on Empire. She gets those lasers, ion lasers in, and she goes down now, but it's too late because the shields are down on Charlie. Marks are in as well. Cronus low but evading. Let's take a look at Natty Pilot.
I'm making notes here. I like Kronos' loadout with rotary cannon, Golo, Seeker Mine, reinforced hull and slam engine, so that might even work.
I think that's a pretty common one, Graph, to be honest with you. You give up the multi-lock missiles, of course.
Yeah, the multis are so expensive now.
Yeah.
Probably too expensive even.
But the Seeker Mines are just a little bit annoying, or you could even take Proton Bombs, I think, for the same cost.
But the Seeker Mines are annoying to everybody who is pursuing you, so perhaps that's worth it. Where did we leave them? I don't know how much damage they did.
It was a pretty quick flip, so I'm not sure that there was. I think shields down, but definitely not out of phasables. So let's see. Shields go down on Charlie already. So good work so far from Jade here. The farm, of course, will come in much more quickly, but as we said, Jade less well set up for PK than they normally would have been, so that disadvantages them on Galatan, but their farm prowess may help them here on SLS, and Charlie already 60%. So
damage is coming in quickly for New Republic.
Yep, and Jonathan is doing those Plasburst orbits, and we know that those burn through the cruisers real quick, and he's obviously not this unfamiliar role and not quite as slick as some of the other guys, but I have to say this is very impressive from Jonathan.
Yeah. And
they're going to get Charlie out of phaseball, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
So a couple of missteps there, but nonetheless doing great damage. And if we take a look at the scoreboard,
Raider is actually on Delta, so it's not ruining the oop for them. But there is the flip almost. Ooh, Jonathan nearly bonked there, but will collect the oop now easily, I guess. It's at 8 though.
Natty Pilot also in on the... They need to get this quickly though, because they need to get on defense. So, and Natty Pilot is out of... Well, it's double iron anyway, so it's... Lucid has gone down in the meantime, so Jonathan, we need your Plasburst. It's at 1, it goes down, so that's a good bump. And to answer your question, Graph, the shields are down on both of the frigates, but Bravo frigate is already at about a, what's that, 25% alpha. Oh, and Jonathan takes a bonk and goes down.
Oh.
So unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
So absolutely unfortunate, and even more so that I missed it. So we don't quite know what happened to him. Ooh, and Silence gets dunked as well.
Yep.
Makes it low. He's fine.
Natty Pilot on her. Snee at 14 regenerating her shields, but she's in trouble here.
Blackheart gets dunked.
As well.
Lucid kills him with the... I think that was the guided laser from support on support action. That calls for another unfortunate, I guess.
Let's do it. Why not? I can sign up to that. So, Natty Pilot is burning radar. I'm sorry, I'm not doing my normal job of, looking at pilots.
So much is going on at once, you can't follow it all.
Bonkers,
it's not us, it's
honestly.
the players. But it looks like BSS is looking as a nice dupe here. probably, at least
Yep,
potentially
although there comes
50.
the Raider, which forces the flip. One of those nebulas is on 4, so
The other is
Silence
at
is going to
10.
make short work of that.
Well,
And indeed, it's a 1, and there it goes.
Edmund doing a great oop here with the defender as well. So another one of these players which have vastly improved.
And was already good, I have to
And well,
say.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think one of those players
Want to sound patronizing
who was
there.
actually no, I know what you mean. I think mostly had played dogfights, if I understand it. So has made the transition to fleet battles, but was a very, very solid player. But of course we didn't see them.
Look at the morale just going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. Sorry, I cut you out there. I was so astonished how quickly this phase is ending.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to get Delta to out of phaseable even.
No,
so
they're not.
What a job by BSS, aided by the double loop, of course.
I hear some unstable engine.
Yeah. So this is tricky. The perfect situation for BSS, and unfortunate for Jade, because the oop is not really on, but it will be quite a quick burn on the next attack should they get one. So Jonathan is
Jonathan bonking.
Following Silence, but bonks, and now the hunter becomes the hunted, I think. So this is but of course he has a resupply. So less peril for Jonathan Joel. Lucid has gone down. Natty Pilot is actually doing the oop and takes the oop. So they decided to do that. I think that's actually a good call. I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, but as I say, it disadvantages you massively on your next attack. So I think that's a very sensible call. Yeah, but they need to get on the PK defense here.
Ooh, Silence's iron missile missed power system. He shot it dumb-fired, and it seems like that it did not hit its intended target.
Looking back out of the ISD, but Edmund, Cronus, and Fluvius all very low. Edmund goes down,
but this is a good. This is a good attack. Power system down after all. Now all they need,
and they really need to at least get Cronus before Schnee can resupply. Now Schnee's back in the battlefield. This, as you say, is a very good attack.
I think they're in a good position to defend at least once, but I think Jade really needs a one phase now. Schnee gets a resupply out.
100%. They need to either they need a low out of phase on the ISD if they are going to win this game.
Jonathan is already moving in.
Indeed.
Going under the shield. Will 30 iron missile thingies be enough to dunk a gen? We are about to... No, he's not even trying. Okay, he's gonna do blast burst orbits.
And Lucid gets dunked into the ISD, and that's not helpful. Gets out of it, but goes down anyway. That's very bad news. Natty Pilot down, Lucid down.
Blackheart going through the gen with his head.
Yep. So Jonathan doing nice blast burst orbits on the gens, but I think even taking both gens is not going to be enough morale at half.
Blackheart is not even using his ICT. I'm not sure how helpful ICT is actually. Only Silence and Schnee. No, Edmund as well. So yeah, ICT is a good idea. But you need to fire it up.
So they've got one of the gens, but...
but the other one is still up. Shields are still up.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough.
It's not looking great.
I'm calling this one for BSS. The left shield is disabled as the call to defend comes in. Is this MC75 defendable? They do have a shield gen up, but it's regenerated shields to about a quarter. That's not going to be enough, I feel, and it's all to lose for BSS here, I feel.
Fluvius coming in. I see a lot of weak spots on the MC75.
Yeah, they didn't take those on the opening, on the first attack.
Which is also a good idea. Probably even a good idea. I like that.
I do too. The
I-
shield gen goes down just to make sure. They are going to take targeting
Ooh,
as well, I think, but there are
Phobius.
shield gens breach points available that will kill the MC75. MC very, very low.
The MC
Fluvius
very
goes
low.
down. Silence. What did I say?
No, you said the MC is very low, and I dubbed it the MC very low, so
And
he's
there we
going
go.
down.
Another close game, but it's BSS that take this one, and they take an unassailable 3-0 lead in this match. But of course, points make prizes, so still worth it for Jade to pull a game back here.
9 kills and 114k capture damage from Silence this time. Well, nine kills in total for the team.
Yeah,
Look
8
at
of them
but
for Silence,
70 AI kills. Look at Senor Machete. That's that is
70
impressive.
AI, 70 AI, and on the losing team, that is gonna
that
hurt.
hurts.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's a great a great effort there. And again, another close game. And this is so. Prof Autumn saying in chat that BSS did a good job of getting back early and setting up for the defense. Absolutely, and I think that's one of the things I take from the top teams is that it's so tempting to try and eke out that last little bit of capship damage, but it's much better actually to get back, prep for your defense, get on a pack, make sure that you have your auxiliaries recharged.
Yes, I agree. Placing is ever so important, and that's what early retreat basically is all about. And then prioritizing the right things. I noticed. I don't say I like killing power system early, but I think the shield gens. I mean, if you have an Iron Torp and you have nothing better to do with it, then just by all means throw it on power system. But I would rather save power system and weak spots for last after shields are down and after even targeting is down on the MC75. That's the only thing I don't quite agree with on BSS is that they don't seem to prioritize targeting. Killing targeting on the MC75 does hull damage. On the MC, not on the ISD. Not there. An iron missile, if you can spare one, is enough. But killing it on the MC75 does hull damage and kills it off. So that's probably even more important than killing power system after shields are down, obviously.
Entirely agree. Yep. So the question is, who will win game 4? Will it be Jade or will BSS take the sweep here? And Graf and I will be back after this ad break.
Absolutely. Let's do another ad break as well.
Yeah. This is yeah. I have to say, BSS nailing the delivery here in a close game. You know, it comes down to fine margins, as we know, and they are doing the job on those fine margins. The practice that they put up, and you know, they've obviously been drilling their capture attacks pretty hard, and it's definitely playing into their hands. And you know, they're becoming real contenders, Graf.
They absolutely have, and it's great to see that we have even in the lower division a couple of strong teams who can make sometimes even different strategies work, and who can go head to head at any time and make for these interesting games. Because even if this is a 3-0 in favor of BSS at the moment, it could have easily gone the other way each time almost, as especially in game number 2 where the ISD was at 4% at the end and Jade almost had it, but I still have every faith in them to take game number 4. There are these series where you think, okay, now it's 3-0, then they're not going to come back now, but if they have a good flip, if they get their game together, they are a strong team.
Well, I couldn't agree more. These are two finely balanced teams. But right now it is BSS who have the initiative. They are up 3-0 here. So I mean, no disrespect when I say that. I'm not saying that the score flatters them, but as you say, Graf, I think that Jade should have probably taken game 2. A slightly questionable strategy call there for them. And of course, it's been very interesting that the opening dogfights have gone with NR. I think, have they not?
Yes, I think at least. No, it can't be.
No, they've gone with. Sorry, the other way around. It's late. They've gone with Empire, I think. Certainly the first.
We've had game 2 and game 3 had the flips going to different teams, even though we had the same factions. We had BSS lost the flip in game 2 when they were Empire. And
you're completely right.
And then they've won. No, we've
not had enough to drink.
Yeah, that is actually another great idea. Yeah.
So I know you're partial to a G&T, aren't you?
I
am drinking
I am.
my favourite single malt whiskey, and I'm very much enjoying a Jura bourbon cast this evening.
Nice.
My commentary will become more and more slurred as the evening progresses. I make no apology for that because I am enjoying myself. I hope you are too. It's Saturday night
even
here.
Even though I'm
Europe.
sober for a change.
Oh, for a change. I've heard you prefer tea to your G&T anyway.
That as well.
So there is a game up under Lucid
okay, let's
already.
join that without further ado.
I think we should probably. They haven't told us that the game is up, but I'm thinking that it probably is. And
yeah,
I hope the game has not already started by the time we get into it. But
we've been enjoying ourselves too much. Yeah, they are already on the bridge, but then no boring watching at the lobby, so nothing important.
Indeed. Although Senor Machete cementing his reputation as a top squadrons player by doing some good emoting there. Same teams, and for BSS it's Silence Cronus, Edmund Fonda, Miles, and Fluvius. So no Schneeflurken for BSS in
perhaps she had to go to bed early. I think. Well, what early is a big word since we have 1 a.m. After midnight at least here in Central Europe. But
and she's a fantastic squadrons player. She also is a very competent engineer, as I understand it, and she has a young family. So she definitely deserves an early night. They have secured the victory here, but the question is, can Jade take a game back off of BSS? And I have to say, I rather think they can. I'm predicting a 3-1 here. Fluvius is punching the air at my suggestion there, so he agrees with me as well, even though he's flying out for BSS. But I'm backing Jade for this fourth and final match of what has, Graf, been a fantastic series and a great advert for Group B of the SCL.
Yeah, this is where the action is. This is where the interesting strategies can be found to a degree.
We don't care about watching GMT play Randalorians again and no plique. We don't give a shit about that. This is where the action is. These games are so much fun. And if you are watching and perhaps you've picked the game up, for not very much money, well, the action is very much in the competitive league right now. So reach out to one of the Discord servers, go to BSS if you're in Europe, or Grey Squadron, or any number of Niwi, or any number of other squadrons, Cowan Angels as well, and get involved. It's great fun, and we're keeping the game alive. So here we go, game 4.
Silence indeed.
Silence with ion rockets and ion missiles. Interesting. I didn't mean to do that. Cronus with multi-locks and Golos. Edmund Edmund in support, very interesting with marks and resupplies. Miles away in iron missiles and iron rockets as there's Silence. Fluvius with Golos and multi-lots.
And again, such a quick flip. I mean, Senor Machete died, but at the same time it flipped basically. And before it looked like Morale was in the middle. I have to watch it in slow-mo later again. But again, BSS take the first attack here, and Fluvius is already in.
Yep, so Natty Pilot again with conks and iron missiles, so in a squishy defender and of course with burst lasers. Lucid in the defender and already low, getting hit, and goes down. Blackheart with MLMs and Golos. Jonathan with double ion TIE Fighter, and Senor Machete again with a double farm loadout, so meaning a squishy TIE bomber with guided rotary. So
good morale for BSS
combined.
still.
Yeah.
Silence doing orbits. Kronos is being attacked and being gone evasive here.
Yeah.
Still getting some damage in there.
Anyone who thinks that Kronos is now an easy pick is wasting their time, because
I agree.
I mean, anyone is killable, but Kronos not an easy pick, and definitely does the job of making sure that the opposition earns that pick.
And Silence and no, Fluvius just probably was ice and crashed into the cruiser. That's what it looked like from Blackheart's cockpit here.
So let's have a look, and Lucid is coming in to get marks onto the Nebulons.
Great shield strip, that was very quick, but then Jonathan having the double iron loadout.
Yep.
Ooh, Blackheart exploding in a blast. Now is the time.
The PK pressure from BSS has been very strong here.
Palpable.
Lucid gets dunked in the Reaper. Yeah. Balance your shields, bud. There we go. Okay, now get out. Can he get out? I'm not sure who's on him. If it's Silence, he is in trouble. And indeed, he goes down. So Senor Machete, Blackheart's not coming out. I hope he hasn't dropped. Oh, there comes Blackheart. Lucid down, Machete down, and Blackheart just coming back out. And they did a great job of getting the shields down on Charlie, but they hardly tickled the hull here. And there comes the call to defend.
Good flip once more.
Nebulon on 65. Yeah, I mean, again, if BSS needed an excuse to get any better, their farm has improved dramatically. And you know, they're just improving every aspect of their game, and they're going to be they're going to be a Group A team that are, you know, they're not going to struggle in Group A.
Probably. Miles is now looking at Charlie, as Delta is already a bit lower. Are they splitting damage, or have they some people dedicated to one cruiser and some to another? Yeah, I think Silence is doing his orbits around Delta, while the rest of the team is on Charlie. Let's hope that pays off.
Well, that shows some real confidence that they're going to get the dupe here. And it looks like they will. So, you know, Charlie is at half. Morale is pretty much at half as well. So it's looking good for BSS to secure the double out of phase here.
Jonathan is killing Radar in the TIE Fighter with burst lasers. Gets a resupply here because he was out of... Does he though? No. Yes.
So Space Sheriff is asking if Natty Pilot is a regular defender pilot. And I think
they are. I'm not quite sure.
But they're pretty much a flex pilot, right? So
yeah. But they are on basic power management.
Yes, which you know, some people manage to make work.
Perhaps they're on console as well, so I don't quite know.
Well, I was obviously hoping that when I switched to PC I would suddenly become a Squadron's god, but it did not happen. And it turns out that some people...
Why, Evo? Why?
Well, it turns out that some people can just play the game no matter what
Yeah.
console they're on. I think some people make it work on PlayStation 3, even though the game's not even supposed to work on that. I don't understand, but I'm not that gifted. So we are on attack with Jade. Lucid coming in, getting marks out, doing a good job there.
Shield's still up on Delta though.
Yeah, they need to make sure
why.
the out of phase on Charlie here before they do anything else, would be my advice. A pick comes in on Lucid, so...
Talking about the other phase, I thought they had the dupe set up. Okay, Silence is now attending to it. One cruiser is at 8.
Yeah, well, the dupe is going to secure the split for them. One comes in.
Okay, one is
second
down.
One will do it.
That basically means everybody could move forward now on their team if they have good communication going on.
Yeah, no, I think Jade should take Charlie here. I think Jade should take Charlie. Oh no, actually no, I don't think they should do that because of course the OOP is still there, so...
There is
No. They should leave the OOP until the... because there go, okay. Oh no. So...
a lot of things happening here.
A lot of things happening. I think they did the right thing in that they waited for the other cruiser to go down before they took the outer phase, which was the sensible thing to do. So they do have that 15 morale flip.
Oh, Edmund gets dunked on the way to the ISD. No marks in yet, but still one shield disabled.
Edmund goes down.
Yeah, did marks go out? I thought they went out the no marks.
No marks, and with the one of the gens disabled, but morale less than half of BSS here. The shields go down though, so they need quick packs and a quick flip here. Don't let that hull damage come in. Flugus gets dunked, but manages to get out of that.
One gen disabled, one destroyed. That's how I like it, because that's gonna help you on the second attack.
Yeah, 100%. You need at least one gen. But the morale is going to come in here, and the MSC-75 will have one gen and 75% health. So Jade need to get going. This is the game right here. This attack is the game. They need to get in, clear these final, clear the final Nebula and Cruiser, and get in and get at least a gen, if not two. I think they need both gens, in fact.
But what you were saying earlier about BSS improving and situational awareness and setting up for defense, that's what was happening here. Fluvius was on retreat, even though he had someone on him, but that wasn't the reason. He clearly went back because morale was low and the flip was imminent, and he was making sure he could start farming right away, and that's really, really helping BSS here. And now morale is at half before we see the other Nebulon is even destroyed.
Yeah, this is looking very ominous for Jade and very positive.
But Blackheart has proton bombs. That was great to see.
Yeah, so proton bombs are also a free ox, of course, now.
Are they free, really?
I believe they are, yeah.
I think they're 1 point, but yeah, perhaps
okay, well, low then.
Yeah,
maybe
low.
You're right. But of course, you have to fly straight in order to deliver them. And
yeah, and they're quite resupply hungry, and one protorp is worth more damage than a full compartment of proton bombs. But otherwise, I like them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think with those oxes, if you have a low value ox that can do something in certain circumstances, that's great. But yeah, I think it's tricky. As you say, the bomb are not in great shape. There comes the flip, and this is now BSS's game to lose. I don't want to put too much pressure on my old team, but Cronus, I'm going to follow him as he comes in. Shields go down with a full morale bar. Weak spots available, and they will... Oh, Cronus takes a bonk, but he gets out of that, okay. Yeah, I think he... his job, I think, is to take out the
The tractor beams probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're already dead. So he's doing the turrets around there, and now and actually I think underside is pretty well stripped. I'm calling this game already.
Yeah, one of these days, one of us will manage to hangar at the enemy hangar.
Well, there have already been plenty of weird bugs in squadrons, so yeah, I would put money on that happening at some point.
We'll keep trying.
But this game is for BSS. They're going to take the sweep.
Come on, Fluvius, get that.
What a great result for them. Congratulations to both teams, but huge congrats to BSS. They are the team in B Division who are on the move. Kinton are there to be shot at, of course, but it's BSS who are the challengers under the captaincy, the joint captaincy of Silence and Schnee. Honestly, I can't be more happy for them, but this is it. It's a 4-0 sweep against Jade. Yeah. Graf, take us through the scoreboard again, if you would be so kind.
Once more, Silence, top of the board, top of his game, 8 kills, 76k capture damage, great farming from Kronos, and Fluvius here with also around 60k capture damage. On the defending side, we have again Senor Machete on the top with this time only 51 AI kills, and through the board, damage is on Empire side, which doesn't surprise me, honestly, is a bit too slow. Even when they were on an offense, they didn't quite deliver the damage they needed and ended up on
this is a big call from Graf Lucas and indeed from myself for the mods to look at the damage output for Empire. I think it's clear the bomb has been nerfed too much, Graf.
Certainly down in this division. My personal opinion in this regard, but yes.
Yeah. So we were talking about this, just between ourselves the other day. Is there a rationale for there to be different rules in the A division and the B division in terms of the? And I know we're getting into very complicated territory, but is there an argument that the rules and the points values in the B division should be different to the A division?
I think the main initiative for the whole point system and comes from high tier players in the A division anyway. So that's the one thing, and I think probably It harms the players more in the B division, so the impact of the point system is probably more palpable. Some teams, some players, we admit we are not as good as the A division players, so perhaps we don't need as strong nerfs as the players on the highest tier. So what I would rather like is if it was an actual handicap system, and if we always in the match channels we see the higher seed based on placement of the previous season gets the first pick of map or anything. I mean, seed does mean anything, so there could be a point of having different points for high seed and low seed, and probably the higher seed always would have to be nerfed a bit more than the lower seed, and perhaps that would make it interesting as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we are joined by some of the CAJ players. Blackheart and Lucid joins us.
Hello.
Lucid, I was calling you out during chat for your casting. Absolutely love it. Thanks for helping us keep the game alive. Really appreciate that.
Yes.
That must be a rough loss.
Am I unbanned from casting?
Were you? Oh dear. Were you? Let's go. Don't go into that.
Let's not get into controversy. It's been a rough week. But listen, you guys must be. That was,
pissed?
we're
pissed.
That was a close series.
Where did Silence come into this damn match? Going, oh my gosh, I'm gonna just turn into Superman and just anal rape everybody. That's what happened.
That's what he does, right?
He's a very good player. I think, Silence has been a top tier player in a lower tier team for a long time. The difference now is
true statement.
The difference now is Silence is a top tier player. He's an S tier player in an A tier team, and it makes a massive difference. We were talking on the cast. BSS have a big roster. They have players that can play different teams. You don't know what they're going to throw at you. They don't know what players are coming out and what ships. You don't know what strats. It's hard to deal with, Lucid, right?
Yeah, no, it really was. I mean, we were coming out with some of the basic stuff going, okay, well, first off, Jonathan had to be nerfed by 2 points, so he's literally coming out with a Nerf gun instead of freaking lasers. So
Yeah,
that was the fun part there. But
He's never played with us.
yeah, and that's
yeah,
the other side of it, too.
that
It was
also.
kind of,
I mean,
that was kind of
I,
we were a little like,
he's
what?
playing
Well,
overall.
-2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got to say, you can't underestimate that. We played a game where we had Lions subbing, and Lions obviously a top tier player, absolutely awesome. But we hadn't done any team comms with him, and you didn't know our strategy and stuff.
Oh,
so
no, that's understood. No, it's just.
it's
But again, I don't think they knew. I guess some communication dropped somewhere about Jonathan subbing in for Wookiee.
hmm
So I can understand their perspective as well as going, whoa, wait. So I fully get that
What's
perspective as
going
well.
on?
So, but
I get
man,
that, but also, like I say, it was the same situation we had actually, in that we had a situation where Lions was subbing for our support, and Lions, as I say, a fantastic player. I would have rather played with our regular support that we knew, and the sub support that we had was, was Darkblade, who's the team captain. He was shit, I've got to say. So, oh, sorry, Darkblade. Anyway, listen.
Don't say sorry.
On the cast, I think Graf and I had the most sympathy for Senor Machete. Senor, you are the damage dealer on CAJ's team. The changes to the SCL mods really seem to have hurt you, right?
Well, I was struggling with the plan. With my plan, I had a plan to drop ion bombs.
I saw that once. It was beautiful. Even in third-person view, it looks marvelous.
Yeah, it was like 25% of what I had planned. But
I stand 100% behind Machete on the ion bombs. I like it.
And great farming, Machete. So that's really a strong performance. I gave a shout out to that after every match. So yeah, well done, absolutely.
Yeah, amazing stuff.
Thanks.
And now I'm going to be a little critical now. Graf and I both thought you should have taken game 2 there. You were in a great position. Yes, you needed to pull back and prepare for defense. Or rather prepare for the other phase, get some piercing torpedoes in there. But that's the pressure that BSS put on teams now, right?
Well, we had a plan I had made a call to take out the second gen, and I guess it was second guess, and we didn't go for the second gen, and then the shields came back out, so we couldn't outphase it.
Yeah. That's what we pointed out on stream as well. That especially. With the current rule set, I think there is a point to killing gens again, especially if you know you want to oop, if you know you want to come back for a second go. So the great base race and the great OBJ train double disable and then killing the flagship in less than a minute, that doesn't work as well as it used to.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, listen, guys, you did fantastically well. BSS practice hard. They've worked at their game. As I say, they've got a big roster. They've got players that can play all sorts of roles. You guys were a player down tonight, which I don't think helps, honestly, even with somebody. I've got the enormous respect of Jonathan, but it's always a little bit disruptive having a sub coming in. You guys did
Cronus
even
from
if
BSS sub for us 2 weeks ago.
I think at this point it's gonna be like inevitable to have subs.
Yeah.
But that's another great thing about our community, I think, that you sub for your enemies in a heartbeat, and then you're in a game, and then you're not holding back. Then you're even shooting your own team.
Yeah, you will still want to win that game.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
it really
100%.
is.
You guys did great.
Well, appreciate it, but we definitely were saying, "Damn it, Silence! Get off my ass!"
Yeah, he's some player.
Nerf Silence. We're gonna put a freaking petition to nerf Silence.
It's a player like that again in this division. It's very hard to counter because what do you do if you chase him and try and kill him? You can't kill him, and if you leave him alone, he's going to do gazillions the capship
Well, I
damage.
will say
it's,
this: with their skill level that they did have, they came at us with a very good attacks, and we were actually able to, and we're going to start implementing some new strategies that we actually just talked about in between matches, just couldn't get fully devolved yet, or evolved, not devolved, but evolved yet, and just got to practice with it. So we're looking forward to a rematch one time.
Yeah, well, and I have to say, this is what is great. I really do like we can argue about the point system that's been deployed on SCL, but I like the fact that you get to play the teams again in the second half of the season.
That
so there are
absolutely,
the reverse fixes. Because I'm telling you, I fly to a Tangerine Squadron right now, and we are pissed about some of the results we got in the first half. So it's good to have a chance to set those straight.
We got to schedule a match.
We're going to get that on. That'll be great fun. Listen, absolutely love you guys. Well played tonight. It could easily have been a split. And you should be proud of your performance. But tonight it was BSS's night on a very knife edge.
Sure.
But congratulations.
Thank y'all for casting.
We might have had one.
BSS.
That's about
it. I think you'll watch this game back and you think that you could have split it. Honestly, you should definitely have had game 2.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
okay. See you guys tomorrow.
Graf and I, you will. Graf and I are going to jump down to team interview 2 to see how Silence, Cronus, and Miles Away are feeling about this. Let's go. Thank you, though, Jade.
Thanks.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks for
On sites later.
You guys are absolute class. You are, you're such good members of the community. I always look forward to playing with you and against you. You are awesome, and all power to your elbow.
You two also. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Thank you for casting again. Yeah.
You're very
pleasure.
welcome. You're very, very welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Here we go. We are joined with the victorious team BSS with Silence, Cronus, and Miles Away.
Congratulations.
A 4-0 sweep, Silence, but that was closer than it looked, right?
Oh, I think we can say that the games were pretty sweaty overall.
Yeah.
Not comfortable.
Not
at all.
comfortable.
They are a really solid team, and I think we always have a good time when flying against them because they fly quite unique strategies. I suppose that showed on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there were iron bombs, but you made Machete abandon them at some point. But he wanted to try that, and they said they were thinking about even more new strategies and unusual ones. And
We like that.
Autumn is asking in my chat if that was your first sweep of the season. I think it is, isn't it?
This season, yep. I think
Great.
it was actually our first win in the season. We've got a bunch of draws. Yeah, we've got a bunch of draws, but no wins, I believe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, we were sort of talking on the commentary. I know you guys work really hard. You practice really hard. Cronus, your improvement has been just insane, and Silence is an unfairly good player in this league. But seriously, what we were saying was, Silence, you've always been like A tier pushing S tier, but the difference is that the rest of the team have really upped their game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
think
that's
Cronus
pretty
can speak to that, or Miles, any of them, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like
definitely everyone has improved.
Yeah, and that's great to see, and it's great to see that pay off like this today.
They have.
I think what it tells us is that if you guys probably practice more and harder than any team.
That's probably true.
Any league, in either the A or B divisions, and it just shows that is paying off for you guys.
Likely. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I couldn't be happier for you. I think it's richly deserved, and I'm delighted to see you guys do so well.
Thanks.
I mean, we like to play. We like to have people around. Like, we don't practice. Our practices are not particularly sweaty or particularly organized. But
I don't know that.
Over time, it slowly builds up, and she's not here because she had to go as well. But she does a lot of work behind the scenes, captaining work, and tries to keep, particularly Kronos and I, tries to keep us grounded.
Sponsors to do crazy
I
ideas.
like to experience wild
Yeah.
strategies.
Well, so look, I'm going to run through this. I think Silence, you
Fingers
only
crossed.
ever had one weakness, and that was your focus, because you'd get a bit sort of PK focused on OBJ stuff. But you were always very effective of switching between PK and OBJ, even on attack. You have nailed it now, though. Your discipline is incredible, and you are. I'm going to say it, you are definitely an S tier player. There's no doubt about that. But as I say, you have a supporting cast now around you.
Oh, yeah.
Schnee is a top tier support. Cronus is flying pretty much anything. You've got some good PK in Edmund and I can't remember from Egypt. Fantastic guy, Haddison.
Yes, of
I
course.
wish he could play more often because he is a fantastic player in the competitive scene, right? So, and you've got a big roster.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people, and I think you're right in what you're saying because I think it shows that it's a team effort, right? I don't like to think I'm carrying anybody. That would be kind of stupid. It's a team effort, and I have discussed this with Lucas. And lately, I realized I sometimes get focused a lot, and it feels nice to just be able to say, yeah, I'll try to make them waste time. You guys do the thing, and then they do the thing, and then I get like 20k cap ship damage in the end, and they carry me, right?
Yeah, but as you say, that's the great thing about your team is that honestly, I think teams will look at you and say they don't know what strat you're going to run, they don't know what roles individual players will play, and they don't know who to focus. Because if they chase you, 3 players on you are going to kill you, Silence, at some point. But if they take 5 minutes doing that, your team has probably already won the game. So it's a real conundrum. And like I say, I absolutely applaud you guys. The progress you've made in the last 12 months has been incredible. And Cronus, Cronus took captaincy of a team in 3PO. Anybody watching this stream that is interested in getting into competitive squadrons,
100%.
follow Cronus examples. Follow
Get
Cronus
in touch.
example.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
agree.
started playing Sabak a year ago, maybe.
It's the back one. I think it's been about a year now. Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas last year. Yeah.
What the fuck? Like he's done this in a year.
What a great year
yeah.
this has been for you.
So from 0 to hero in a year.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Graf and myself have been like scrubbing around trying to get good for 4 years and haven't managed it. So we're a bit sore. But
Something
if you're
like
watching
that.
this cast and you're interested in playing more squadrons, seriously, the competitive scene is not sweaty. It's great fun. There is something called the Sabak tournament, which is run out of the Lucky Sabak Shift Discord server, and it's very friendly for new players. You get boosts that make or advantages that mean that you can be competitive against the top tier players. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's a great introduction to the game, and as Cronus has said, or as Cronus has demonstrated, he started in Sabak. I don't know how much experience
11
he'd
months
had.
ago. Barely any. I'd done a
Yeah.
couple of ranked league battles and that was about it.
Barely any. Enjoyed it. Thought, fuck it, I'm going to start a SCL, a 3PO team, which is again a bit of a leader into the competitive squadron scene. And now he's in a team in SCL, which is heading for the top tier. So if you're watching and you fancy a nibble at that, give it a go. It's great fun. This is a brilliant game. Still alive.
Still
on
is.
life support, admittedly, but it's still alive. We're all enjoying it, and you guys just did a great advert for it because although you took the sweep there, those were 4 really close games.
Basically,
Very
we have
close.
made it a live game by now, live service game by now, by changing up the rules every season. So
Yeah.
is
Also,
true.
Ivo, thanks a lot for the plug. I would also like to plug that we do open practice nights Monday and Thursday. Everyone's welcome to just jump in. We don't bite. We try to give everyone chance to play in a sort of competitive, not really environment?
Yeah, so I think it's still Mondays and Thursdays. If you're not on
Mhm.
Discord and don't want to be in voice chat, just look for those
Custom
matches. But if you are on Discord and you're a bit shy, I have to say I only started using Discord as a result of Squadrons. I'm so
same
glad I
here.
did. But when I started, I was very shy. I didn't really want to talk to people. But you know, if you're enjoying Squadrons, you want to play with some other folk, then please do go onto Discord, look for the Lucky Sabac Shift server, or there are still a bunch of servers that are still alive. It's not hard to find us. Jump in. It's so much more fun if you're chatting to people, playing in a coordinated way. Silence has done more than most in order to ensure that new players are encouraged to join. In most of the way he does that is by he doesn't shoot you if you're new for at least a little bit.
I should have done it now.
So,
Okay.
Silence, BSS, what's next for you guys? You are players. I was saying in chat that Kinton are going to take this division quite handily, but you guys are definitely in the mix, right?
I don't really know how close we are to Chrome, which I suppose.
I don't
Last
know
I
at the
checked,
moment
it was
either.
very
I think
close.
we did rather well in the first half of the season, but now that everyone else is adapting and improving, I'm not. It'll be interesting to see if we can keep it that way. So tomorrow will be
that
us
could be
against
interesting.
Jade. That will be interesting as well. And yeah, we shall see. It's sure gonna be an interesting season, and I'm looking forward to finishing it.
Yeah, it's
So-
really interesting.
Before
Okay.
the Jade game, we were 3 points behind Chrome.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so now you
Okay,
have technically
interesting.
overtaken
We are one
us
ahead now.
because you have one more game now, but that's good to know. Okay,
Yeah, but
well,
tomorrow
I
we
guess I
both
have to run
games,
now.
right?
Sorry?
Well, that gives me a chance to do a little pitch here because I will be casting that very
Yes.
much game tomorrow. We have a double header coming up from me. In fact, there's a triple header really because I'm playing in the game and casting two. So
Nice.
I will be casting
What a
a
guy.
3PO match. Now, anybody again listening to this, 3PO is an introduction to competitive Squadrons play. It's 3 players only is what 3PO stands for. And we have a game coming up at 7:30 for UTC tomorrow on this channel. And I think that hopefully Cronus and Silence might be joining me for that one. Is that right? Have I got that right? Or is it the SCL game you're going to join me? Anyway,
We'll try to. I don't know if we call.
we will also have, following that, Cavern Angels Jade, who we've just seen against Night Witch's Crone Squadron, which is Graf Lucas's team.
Indeed.
They will be coming up at 9 o'clock UTC tomorrow, again on this channel. So lots of Squadrons action. I am massively looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Squadrons are still alive and kicking. Congratulations to you, BSS. That was a comprehensive win. Yeah, we're going to close out the stream now. But again, massive congrats to both teams. It could have gone. I think that game could have split 50-50, but BSS were the team that executed. And in the tight elements of the game, it's BSS that did the do, and they take the 4-win zip. And I'm going to tell you, Jade are going to be upset about that, but they don't have to wait too long to get their revenge. So we will see how things go. Thank you very much for your company on this Saturday night. This is me, Decoy Tango, and my very good friend, Graf Lucas. Graf, how was that for you?
Absolutely splendid. I enjoyed every minute, and thank you for having me to co-cast here. And let's definitely do that again soon. Thanks, Silence, Kronos, and Miles for joining us here. Thanks to everybody who played tonight and gave us such entertaining games. And yeah, I'm signing off for now. I'll also probably be on again tomorrow when I'm playing. So, but you're well taken care of at Decoy Tango's stream, obviously. So, see you all very soon.
We will definitely look forward to that. Congratulations to Cavern Angels Jade Squadron, but particularly to
Yes.
Black Sabak Squadron from the Lucky Sabak Shift server, who take this game 4-0. I'm going to say a massive thank you to my co-caster, Graf Lucas. Always a
Same
pleasure.
here.
He is casting royalty in Squadrons, absolutely the top man. If I am any good, it's
Stop
because
it.
I've learned something from him. But take care. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and peace,
Thank you.
baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Bye.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.